Hi, my name is Allison Greenlee, and I am a recent MBA graduate from Babson College in Sustainable Business. And I'm here today with Rick Drain, who is the founder of Longsplice Investments. Longsplice is a socially responsible mutual fund company bringing market neutral, reduced volatility to mutual fund investors.
The typical mutual fund, which is long only, is an invitation to volatility. If you have nothing but stocks which you own long, then when the market drops by half, so do your stocks. If you, in a manner like a hedge fund, but without the scary abusive part, the if you are also short some stocks which are the particularly bad choices, then if the market drops, the bad ones should drop more than the good ones. My first career was as an engineer, as a chip designer, and part of what I liked about that was that I was really making something. I was giving people something that they liked, and it wasn't hurting anything. Um, when I thought about going into finance, I was hesitant because I've always seen it as being um, a lower sort of value added at best, and sometimes it's just a matter of shuffling the money around and pocketing some. So I wanted to actually create something that was real value in addition to that. Socially responsible means something different to absolutely every person on earth. So in order for me to be true to myself, to social responsibility, what I'm doing bit by bit is saying what socially responsible means to me and putting that on the website, putting that on my blog. The business model, because it's going to be a mutual fund, this was a conscious choice, particularly when I started. Hedge funds were all the rage, and the actual financial style that I'm doing is a hedge fund style, but I wanted it to be available to real people, real workers, and so that means a mutual fund. That it had to be something that people could invest in small amounts and over time. In the same way that the web has made it possible for companies to sell you a $3 book profitably on the web, it's now much, much easier to have very small customers in the mutual fund profitably. It used to be you had to do a lot of paper mailing, you had to do a lot of personal hand-holding, all of that cost money. Now, for those customers who will accept all of their communications on the web, the costs go down dramatically, and that cost can go back to the customer in the sense that the minimum investments go way down and the minimum transaction sizes go way down, so that more people who have less money can start saving. And I found an aspect of finance that's very modeling and simulation oriented, just like what I did as a chip designer. So in a whole new field, I was right back home using skills that I seem to be pretty good at. Way back in my undergrad days when I chose engineering, really in high school when I chose engineering, it was a good choice because I am still basically a numbers person and a conceptual thinker. What I've learned as I try to start a company is that as soon as I get this thing really going, I need to hire myself a boss. Engineers tend to be really optimistic and build a bridge from here to Europe. Oh, sure, 6 weeks, maybe 7. Um, and of course, it takes longer. So I will. I've learned that that doesn't get easier when I'm dealing with lower technology. The first thing that I think every other entrepreneur will say is go for it. The second thing is um, we're not in the dot-com era, and they're not really giving money away anymore. So um, have savings or a spouse with money, or I mean a spouse with a ongoing job or something like that before you commit to supporting yourself. Social responsibility data on companies is spread all over. There are various NGOs, the Sierra Club has opinions, AFL-CIO has opinions. It's not in any public database, and the few socially responsible funds that exist now have proprietary databases. In my opinion, the web and the wiki era mean that all of this data should be on a on a user contribution basis. This data should be gathered together someplace where all investors can see it. By the time I retire again, I want socially responsible mutual fund to be redundant. I want all investing to be socially responsible. So I'd like for it to be easier by having the data available and easy to access.
This has been Innovating Smart, bringing you stories of sustainability for tomorrow's innovators. Explore all of our stories at innovatingsmart.org.